So today in this video, I'll be talking about the third wave and what next. So what will happen in the next few months and how it will shape the next year and what will happen around April 2022. Mars and Saturn recently had their opposition, and we just saw how things changed for the world after this. Just 3 days back or 4 days back, we had this Mars-Saturn opposition in mid-July, and since then the situation has dramatically changed for the world. A lot of new events have happened which have clearly established that this has some sort of connection to what is happening in the world, especially after June 21st when Jupiter started retrograding. But I believe this is just the tip of the iceberg, and it may show us what will happen around March-April 2022. So this is the topic of research today, and I'm going to talk about this in detail in this video, as well as another one that I'm going to make specially on April 2022. Mars and Saturn are coming together in April 2022, which is known as their great which is known as a Mars-Saturn conjunction. We just had a great conjunction before this on the 21st of December, and of course we saw the events after it. They were dramatic, and we saw a high number of deaths relating to COVID-19, and there were a lot of different changes that were triggered. This time it's a Mars-Saturn conjunction around April 2022. At present, we had the opposition, and next we will have the conjunction. So for whichever country, if the third wave between June and November 2021 is smaller than the second, it may face a bigger wave in April 2022. I would like to reiterate this. If the third wave is mild for any country, it may face a worse wave in April 2022 along with others. And also, we have to note that, however, April 2022 will be full of dramatic events, which may as well shape the next few years. More about this will be talked about in another video, and there are going to be several events that are going to happen around that time frame, and I'm going to make a different video about it. According to me, the thing that you see on the screen is of no use. And I'm going to give a few important messages to you all about this. And of course, if I just name it, this video might be taken down, and the most highly vaccinated countries have seen overwhelming waves of the very disease they're trying to protect themselves from. And that's the reason why I just gave that explanation there. And of course, we don't know what's there in the jab. Uruguay and so many more countries, like for example Hungary, which is the best and the biggest example of how a highest vaccinated vaccine champion country can be number 2 on the list of highest deaths per capita when it comes to COVID-19. And this is the reason that drives me to thinking that it's of no use. Developing immunity and strength of the body, the sattva of the body, only through natural Ayurvedic methods is the only solution to all the crisis situations that will come up for humanity in the next few years. And I'm not a proponent of vaccine-based immunity, nor even infection-based immunity alone. Infection-based immunity is very important, but I'm not a proponent of it just alone. I believe in strengthening our immune system through Ayurvedic measures, which are from aphorisms of experience from our ancient sages. And there's overwhelming scientific evidence to support the role of Ayurvedic lifestyle. And turmeric helps prevent COVID deaths, and people are not, paying too much attention to this. Of course, we should not get scared of the present situation. We should arm ourselves with, all the important things, including faith. And we should also use Ayurvedic remedies and methods and an entire Ayurvedic lifestyle with a positive attitude and faith in the Supreme to solve the crisis situations, any of them which may come up in the near future for us. For example, let me just give you a simple thing that can help you boost your immune system. There is there is a herb known as giloy. And recently, a few newspapers have published articles stating that overconsumption of giloy can cause liver damage. Let me tell you that overconsumption of anything can cause liver damage. Anything. Overconsumption of anything. If you just take up something, especially a potent herb, then it's sure to cause you some sort of problems. But Giloy is such a nectar. It is Amrita in Sanskrit, and it has been used since thousands of years. So consuming it is not going to cause you any sort of problems. It is completely safe, though it should be taken in a limit as anything else. You consume even a very simple, harmless thing, excess, you will suffer problems from it. And Giloy is a life-saving thing that can be used very well in any viral disease. It has proven efficacy in most viral problems, and turmeric also helps reduce the cytokine response, and therefore it can also help a lot. And according to medical research, we see that the cytokine response is the main reason why many patients die out of COVID. The excessive immune response that is overreacted by the body can be reduced by taking curcumin that is present naturally in turmeric. And there are so many more compounds we have to research into. There's so many more life-saving methods. We have to ventilate ourselves, not just close ourselves and suffocate ourselves in our houses. And wherever we walk, we have a thing that suffocates us with it. You know what I'm talking about. But this is the very reason why so many people are suffering from so many problems. And I believe that it's time we all realize that we are human beings who need natural fresh air, exposure to the sunlight, and we need to live the human life, not a battery cage life. We need to start respecting other lives around us too, including animals and cows and other beings which help us and sometimes which are the foundation for our survival. So we need to start respecting other creatures around us, being non-violent, respecting Mother Nature, utilizing the beneficial effects that Mother Nature has to offer us through the natural medication systems which have been passed on to us since generations. And we need to start giving respect to this. And to our viewers located in Taiwan and other parts of China and also Southeast Asia, I would request you all to follow your own traditional methods whenever it comes to any sort of disease. And I'm sure it's going to give you a lot of efficacy and efficacious results, because people have been following it since thousands of years, and it is certainly helpful. So anyone who just simply casts a doubt on the traditional medical systems without conducting proper research, I believe they should look into their own faces in the mirror, and they should analyze about themselves first before pointing their fingers on such a well-developed, wonderful system that has been handed over to us by our ancients since countless centuries. So I believe we can all fight any sort of problem that comes to us in the next few months. It won't be a cause of alarm if we all put our hands together in this. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ramachandra, Jai Shri Lakshmi Narasimha.